After weeks of uncertainty, authorities searching Mount Whitney have recovered a body believed to be connected to the disappearance of 21-year-old hiker Joseph Brambila. The recovery was confirmed by the Inyo County Sheriff's Office after search teams were finally able to reach an area that had been inaccessible due to snow, ice, and dangerous terrain. Officials stated that the location and clothing are consistent with Joseph Brambila's disappearance. However, they also emphasized one critical detail. Formal identification has not yet been completed. So how did search teams finally reach a location that had remained off-limits for weeks? Before we continue, if you want verified updates on solved and missing persons cases without speculation, consider subscribing to the channel. Joseph Brambila was a 21-year-old hiker who set out to climb Mount Whitney, the tallest mountain in the contiguous United States. In early November, he successfully reached the summit. During his descent, Joseph reportedly spoke with another hiker and mentioned that he planned to take a faster route down, involving a snow-covered slope where hikers sometimes glissade. Joseph never returned from that descent. When he failed to check in, authorities were alerted and a search operation began. But almost immediately, the search ran into a serious problem. Mount Whitney is known for rapidly changing weather conditions, especially as winter approaches. Shortly after Joseph went missing, heavy snow moved into the area. Ice formed along key descent routes. Winds and visibility made ground searches dangerous. Search and rescue teams were forced to suspend access to certain sections of the mountain because conditions posed a serious risk to rescuers. Despite aerial searches and repeated assessments, some areas simply could not be reached safely. Then, weeks later, conditions finally began to change. As weather conditions improved in mid-December, authorities reassessed previously inaccessible terrain. Using prior search data, aerial imagery, and known hiking routes, teams identified a specific area where a closer search could finally be attempted. This time, conditions allowed for a carefully planned operation, but only with specialized equipment and trained personnel. Reaching the location would still require a high-risk technical rescue. Specialized search and rescue teams trained in high-angle and alpine recovery were deployed. The operation involved rope systems to control descent, ice and snow traction equipment, careful movement to avoid slips or avalanches. Rescuers worked slowly and deliberately, prioritizing safety at every step. Eventually, teams reached the body, but recovery was only the first step. After the body was secured and moved to safer ground, officials stated, "The location aligns with Joseph Brambila's last known route. The clothing appears consistent with what Joseph was believed to be wearing." The body was transferred to the county coroner. Authorities were clear that no official identification had been made at the time of the announcement. They also cautioned the public against speculation. So, what remains unknown? As of the latest official update, identity confirmation is pending. Cause of death has not been released. A full timeline of events has not been established. Authorities have not announced any evidence of foul play. The case remains open until the coroner completes the identification process and issues a report. And until that happens, the case cannot be officially closed. For now, the Joseph Brambila case sits in a waiting period. Once identification is confirmed, officials are expected to provide a final case classification, any findings related to trail conditions or safety, additional details deemed appropriate for release. Until then, investigators continue to stress accuracy over speed. For Joseph's family, answers may be coming, but only when the final confirmation is made. If you're following this case for verified updates only, consider subscribing. This channel focuses on factual reporting and will update you as soon as authorities confirm new information.